Wow, I don't even know where to start about this trip to Switzerland and Portugal. It was truly a life-changing experience.
The trip ministered to us, my wife and I, in a lot of ways. First, just the beauty of being in Switzerland and in Portugal, but especially Switzerland was amazing. And to see those huge Alps and to see those big lakes was just remarkable.
Well, I'd like to say I was mighty grateful to go on this trip to Switzerland and Portugal. It was meaningful for me because it had been 40 years ago that I started my first missions trip in coast Switzerland above Lake Geneva.
Our very first day in Switzerland, we had our morning session that started at 6:30 a.m. Devotion started with praise and worship by our very own Reverend Shirley Wilkins, who did a very dynamic session of praise and worship. And then Dr. Marilyn Hickey told all of us what we were there for in Switzerland and Portugal.
Being in the presence of Dr. Marilyn Hickey, she is truly a general in the faith.
To be around the generals of this day is something that I think is supernatural because it's God ordained.
Dr. Hickey empowers the team to go out and actually minister. She'll teach and she'll preach, but then after that we'll go out.
As she told us, look at your hands, speak to your hands and say, I have healing in my hands. And so that was resounding in that we went forward knowing that I'm made for this. I've got the healing of God in my hands. So whatever I touch will be changed. Wherever the soles of my feet tread, it shall be mine.
My husband was praying with a young lady by the name of Daisy. And when I walked over, he was praying for healing for her back.
And I began to speak a word of faith to her to believe that she would be healed from her back pain. And before I can even begin praying, she began bending over to touch her feet, which is something that she could not do before.
When I saw Daisy drop to the floor and then start jumping up and down, and then she took one of her legs and bent it up behind her back, everybody around knew that she was healed. Her mom was just crying, and everybody around was just rejoicing in the fact that she had received her healing.
And one particular gentleman, I went and prayed for his wife and him, and they were so touched after I prayed for him. They came back and grabbed me, and he asked me to pray for his ears. He said he had ringing in his ears. So, of course, I did, and of course, they were blessed, but the Lord did His work. So things just happened that you're not expecting, and it was just an awesome time for everybody to go ahead and be involved with the ministry.
The power of God was present, the manifestation of His healing power, signs and wonders, miracles, and even some of the travelers got miraculously healed. You see, I believe with everything in me there's an apostolic flow that's flowing down, and when we go into the missions field, it's not missions as usual.
In the morning we had a teaching session. We had about a good 45-minute time with Dr. Hickey, which she would share with us a lot of stuff. And of course, we had the opportunity to go ahead and pray for all of the prayer points that we were covering during that day or during that meeting.
When Brother Leonard came over to me by the fourth day to ask me to do one of the prayer points, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh Lord, I'm going to have to pray in front of all these people. I'm praying in front of Dr. Hickey, and I'm going to be nervous and all this. But it was just something. When I got up, it was just like a peace and a calmness just fell over me.
Quite frankly, it was really powerful to see Lady Ann pray. Her prayers were awesome, right on point, and they impacted me big time.
So we thank you right now that favor encompasses us as with the shield, Lord. You've already given Dr. Hickey favor with the pastors in this area.
The experience was just undescribable in words that can't be given.
The Virginia Five made an impression, and when they walked in the door of this hotel, they said, I know they must be from Mt.Gilead. Their appearance, their demeanor, and the glow of the Holy Ghost was all over them.
This has been an awesome experience. because I've seen many churches across the country do many things in mission, globally as well as locally. And I've never seen a church that does what our church does.
I'm overwhelmed at the love that God has for me and allowing me to see His creation and allowing me to be able to experience things I've never thought that I would experience.
It's just phenomenal to be a part of a ministry like Mt.Gilead. I mean, sometimes I can't even find any words to say. Even when we were over in Switzerland and Portugal, I kept saying to myself, is this real? This just feels like a dream, because who does this? And I just want to thank Bishop Robertson and co-pastor for just allowing us to be an extension of them.
So I am just so thankful to God for our bishop and co-pastor in this church, and for their tithes and offerings that allow us to go to the nations and spread this gospel. It is a beautiful thing to see the transformation of people's faces when you tell them, I know a place that you can go. You don't have to be questioned about where will you spend eternity. You can spend eternity with Jesus.
The trip impacted us because it's given us, it's kind of reignited what was in us, but it's just made us get more on fire. And to be with Dr. Hickey and to be with the team and to be with Reverend Wilkins to share this was an awesome experience. And we're very privileged and blessed and grateful for it.
Reverend Shirley Wilkins, we're honored to have shared this opportunity as you celebrate your 40 years of world travel and missions. We're just extremely honored to have shared this awesome celebration with you in Portugal, as well as in Switzerland where you started. God bless you many, many, many more years.